Yeah, that's
come on, boys. Come on, boys. Let's go.
That's all part of that. You guys ready?
Yep.
Of course.
Born ready, Andy. Let's go. You ready?
Here we go.
Woo! Bump soul roll. Oh, let's go. Pick it up. Pick it up. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Finish. Come on, boys. Let's go. Hustle spree. Play hard.
Hey! Game and everything's even.
Go hard.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Hard.
Somebody, let's go. All right, let's go. We're here. Let's go. You know, have this phone out. Go live. Let's go. Hey, go third base. Mikey, good job, Mikey.
We were having a good conversation yesterday. You took this in
The sun, bro, it's number 10.
All right, here we go.
And then today we're having a nice conversation.
Whatever him and Ashley are into, just shut the door and do whatever you gotta do. Kinky stuff.
And Jeremy Yates gets things started with a solo home run to right field, so the SIS Thunder quickly on the board. It's 1-0. And now stepping into the box, it'll be the first baseman, number 11, Kevin Kennington.
Come on, Neil. Jason!
So one away, Kennington's fly ball hauled in and left, and into the box, it'll be the right fielder, number 9, from Stoner Field, Neil Haglund. And that's a home run to right for Neil Haglund. So 2 quick solo homers here in the first. It's a 2-0 lead, and into the box, the third baseman, Josh Riley.
Solos are good, Drew. Solos are good.
High fly ball left field. And the next running grab by Brandon Dillon in left. So now 2 outs. And stepping into the box, it'll be the additional hitter, Kyle Olson.
Good, Drew. That's good, Drew.
Come on, guys.
And a solo home run to right center field from Josh Riley. So it's 3-0. 2 outs for Kyle Olson. Excuse me, that was Kyle Olson. Kyle with a solo home run, and Chris Constantino.
let's go.
That retires the side for the SIS Thunder. They get 3 runs on 3 hits. Solo home runs, 2 hits,
Let's go, get our 5.
We'll go to the bottom of the first. 2 off for action.
Get out of our
Brady,
game.
Purcell, and Dillon.
Don't get out of our game. Let's go. West Branch. Base hitters, base hitters, home run hitters, home run.
With Direct Points Daily, your vacation begins at GoNorthernFlorida.com.
Let's go, boys. I was the lead right here.
Gotcha. All right, here we go. Where's Dennis ball? Get him in the box.
Let's go, Branchy. Let's go, Branchy.
Nobody better.
Name's Ruley.
No guy, no guy.
I know a guy that knows a guy. There's some guy.
Stepping in to lead things off, it's the first baseman, Jason Branch.
Let's
Jason
go, Branchy.
all game where he was awarded all 6 plate appearances.
Ball leader.
Yeah, B-Mac.
Never get you. Good for that time.
Hot smash up the middle, Branch running hard, but a nice play by Brian.
All right, Andy, all right.
He makes the strong throw just as Branch and out one way. Into the box, the Hall of Famer, the pitcher number 19, Andy Purcell.
Let's go, Andy.
Come on, Vince. Come on, Vince.
Come on, Drew.
Play.
Strike and go. Wow.
Come on. Every umpire's on.
I wonder he didn't get that trophy. I wonder he didn't get that trophy. There you go.
Now look what you got going.
Come on, Andy. Woo!
Now,
There
baby.
we go, Andrew. Gilly! And you got great
And a base hit for Andy Purcell. He rips it into right center field, man forward. For the left fielder, number 3, Brandon Dillon.
Go, Gilly!
There's a base hit for Andy Purcell.
Hey, do what Dilly do. Let's get on it. Let's go.
Come get you a rag, Dilly. Come get you a rag, Dilly. Come on, Dilly. I got my rag. Wipe it all off on you. Come on, let's go.
A lot of room for error is all I'm saying.
Play it.
Dilly. You get this rag, baby.
Base hit that goes into center. He's going to arrive at second base.
Pick him up. Way to show the speed, Andy. Way to show the speed, Andy.
And that's a 2-bagger for Brandon Dillon. Purcell the third. 2 on, 1 out for the middle infielder. In 2017 Outstanding Defensive Players in Conference Action, Luis Reyna.
Go,
Here's
Lolo.
Reyna.
Play it.
Atta boy, Lou.
Reyna with a base hit out to left field.
Atta boy, Lou. Nice piece of hitting.
All right.
Come on, Arm.
Come on, Tito. Come on,
Come on, Harv.
Here we go, Tito.
An RBI single for Luis Reyna. Andy Purcell in the score. It's 3-1. Now runners are at the corners. Your 2017 World Champion Ryan Harvey.
One swing to the lead, make it be a strike and go.
Play it.
Atta boy, Harv!
And Ryan Harvey stays red hot.
Harvey with another home
This
run.
time a 3-run bomb to right center field, and he stays smashed it to the 4-3 lead. Now stepping in the box will be right fielder number 30, Andrew Collins.
Go, AC!
Go, AC!
Andrew Collins now.
Hey, we already won the inning. Hey, couple runs right here with 2 outs, be big. We already
Granted, right up the middle. That's one of the things that we know that this Thunder team. Great defense. Speaking of which, oh my goodness, Tyler Driscoll, are you kidding me? Over at third base. That was incredible.
We played one. It's smashing Alba Coco.
Good job. Look for finish.
Tyler Driscoll. Take a look at this.
So you're up at dawn, kid. You've been saving for a big man cave. Good luck with that, Dave. You made the most of your retirement plan, so you better learn to drive that RV, man. So many things you're doing in your life. Nationwide is on your side.
Hey, this is Brett Helmer. We are out here testing out and shooting some video of our new 2016 bat.
Go ahead, you can talk, Lindsay. I
This
muted
is the
myself. See if your mic
2016
turns
Bryson
on.
Baker 13.5-inch two-piece bat.
The balance point keeps you more consistent as a hitter.
This is the Scott Kirby 2016 12-inch barrel, end loaded.
Coming off of a baseball background, I need something that's end loaded. My bat's got a lot of it.
Brian Wegman 2016 Realtree camo.
Hello? I hear it myself.
All right, welcome back. Brian McBride is the batter. There's a base hit there.
And that's going to be a 2-bagger for Brian McBride. So the tying run at second base. And into the box
McBride on his way to second. Adam Usry, the shortstop. And he's got a base hit.
And Usry spanks that one
At
into
the
right
center field.
McBride.
McBride comes in to score.
So the go-ahead run at first with 1 out for the center fielder, Brian Logan.
And that'll bring Brian Logan to the plate.
Don't be low, let's go. Don't be low.
4-4 game. Smashed Albuquerque. And there's a to base it for Logan.
And Logan rips that one right back through the box. He's running hard, and he's going to be able to do that. So runners at second and third with one out, and now an opportunity for the pitcher, the number 18 from North St. Paul, Minnesota, Andrew Vidcat.
So there's 2 on. And only an out. Andy Purcell trying to align the defense. For the Thunder pitcher. Vidcat into center. Santana fires it in.
Line drive to center field by Vidcat. Keeping up for Custer to tag and score the go-ahead run, so it's 5-4. But now 2 outs, Logan holds it second and into the box. The top of the order of the field, number 30, Jeremy Yates.
Too loud. Back to Jeremy Yates, who started off the game with a home run. Smash at Thunder, smash at Albuquerque. These are 2 teams, DW, that I'd say pretty similar. Both have a lot of power. We've been really impressed with the way the Thunder has hit the ball, and especially with the way that they played defense this weekend.
Right, Smash had seen had one little hiccup there when they didn't come through in the bottom of the 7th against Dan Smith, so they had to do it the hard way, come back through the losers bracket. But they've definitely shown they're the best team. They may run out of gas here, but the Thunder has a shot because of the defense and
So
pitching.
the fly ball to center retires the side here in the top of the second.
Plus, you got to get beat twice here.
He
obviously makes a big difference when you find yourselves in the winner's seat headed towards this championship game, and the fact that you only have to win 1 game as opposed to 2 makes a world of a difference. It's been really a fabulous week here at USSSA Space Coast Stadium, and as we begin things here in the bottom of the 2nd inning, we send it down to the field to Lindsey Schmidt. Lindsey?
Let's go, boys.
Stand by, Lindsey.
Let's go, boys. Hit it and pass it down. Start it, Nick.
I got you.
Start it, Nick.
Leading things off, the left-handed hitting center fielder, number 21, Nick Santana.
Can you hear me now?
Hey, Lindsey,
Okay.
there you are. Go ahead.
Hey guys, we had a little bit of a technological hiccup there, but yes, you guys mentioned that this tournament has been a long grind on these guys. Just today alone this morning, Smash It, this is their 3rd game. And I asked Nick Santana before this matchup if that affects them at all, and he said no. They've been seeing pitches all day. They're warm and ready to go. On the opposite side, the Thunder like coming into this matchup fresh, ready to take on the veteran Smash It first seed.
Well, and you think about it, DW, and so often you see the championship team come into the championship game and lose that first one. I think that the rest sometimes can help you out, but sometimes it doesn't help you out.
Right, for sure today with overcast skies, that's going to help any team play. Smash It Scene's going to have to play 4 games if they want to win the tournament, which is normally a lot, but it's a little bit cooler today, a little bit overcast, so that's going to help them. Also, Thunder came in that first inning and hit a bunch of home runs, solo home runs, which there is a home run limit of 16. So that may come back to haunt them if this game goes 7 innings.
Get it on his grounds out.
Let's go, restart it.
Lee Payne, Glidewell Award winner last night.
Glidewell Award winner for sportsmanship.
Let's go, Lee.
Lee Payne won it in 2017. I think Billy Messina last year.
Waiting on the pitch.
Break, Corey, Briggs.
Come on, Lee. Come on, Lee.
Get ready. Get ready. Let's go.
Mark.
Stay in that box and hammer it. Let's go.
Head on it. Head on it. Short.
He draws the one.
Lock in 46.
This is the guy here that's put the difference in the weekend, Corey Briggs.
Yeah, how about some of the plays that we saw him make?
His defense at third base. Nobody else in the league has that at third base. A great defense, and then he rolls rolls it to the top of the order with power or extra base hits, whatever they need. I think he had 4 doubles last game. Missed that.
Come on, guys. Play D.
Hey,
Popped up into
keep it
center.
up right here on defense. Let's go.
Called for, caught by Brian Logan. And that will retire the side. 2 innings in the books. It's Smash It Thunder leading Smash It Albuquerque 5-4.
My miss hits down the barrel. I still get good performance out of it.
2016 Helmer 2-piece connection 0. I like my bat as heavy as I can get it. 2016 Mako torque with a 360-degree rotating torque handle. It'll let you stay in the hitting zone a little bit longer. This is the 2016 long barrel end load in real tree camo. This thing looks great.
Defense, that's not fun, man.
All right, we're back here for the top of the 3rd inning. 5-4, Thunder on top. DW from softballcenter.com. I know that this is your first, I'm sure this is your first trip out here to be here on the Space Coast. I don't think you came for any of our previous tours, right?
No, this is my first time, and I can't think of anything you would do differently in a park. I mean, as long as you want artificial turf, this is the place to be.
Kevin Kennington, a line drive off the left field wall. And I think, you know, we've talked about it over the weekend, the positives and negatives. Certainly, turf isn't the most ideal surface to be on probably from 11 to 4 o'clock.
Right.
But it is the most ideal surface to be on here in Florida, like we saw on Friday night, with the fact that we had so much rain happen, and the fact of 45 minutes and about 20-30 minutes later they were ready to play. That same amount of rain would have made us play till 3 in the morning on Friday night at Disney.
Right, there's no question it's got its advantages. With it raining here every afternoon, just about.
Neil Hagland at the plate.
Friday night it really cooled off about 5:30. From 5:30 to midnight it was good to play. Hagland walked. This is what they need, some 2- and 3-run homers.
Still been an incredible year, though. You think about the drama that happened in the off season with this year's MVP, and you know, in some ways, essentially left on the outside of a new team being built by Resmondo, and the work that they did as late in the game as they had to build this team is pretty remarkable.
Right, the Mike and Worth, Jason Kendrick from Mike and Worth came through and pieced together himself a championship team. Ooh, that's foul. That's Josh Riley, 2 on. But they pieced together a team of players that maybe were left out of that Resmondo deal. And, you know, maybe some of them had a little chip on their shoulder. They came and played, and the defense is what's really impressive. With Reyna and DiDonatis getting
Are you surprised with the lack of success that Brisbane have had? I would think that they would give you the same assertion.
Right. I think.
Wow. DiDonatis got a double play.
You get a replay on that turn.
Some people that can dial those things up for you.
Yeah, I think we all thought Rismondo would win a few tournaments with all the major teams in them, but they haven't done it so far. Junior with a quick throw to second. And Ruley covered. Nice big double play right there. Game-changing defense is what Smash It Scene brings to the table. Keep their 5-4 lead.
You know, we saw Rismondo go down in the very first game of the day as Kyle Olson gets it essentially on a line out to right to Andrew Collins. There's certainly going to be a team to look out for as we head toward the Men's Major World Series, but right now I think all eyes are on the Thunder and on Smash It Sports Albuquerque, who find themselves in a tight battle here early on, 5-4 with Albuquerque coming to the plate.
Defense is on. One of these days, it's not. Who cares? Maybe I'm wrong. We'll let those little guys do it. Let the little fast guys play defense. That's right.
Come on, boys, let's go. Jumbo. Rolling.
3 experiences to have in one trip. Go Titusville.com.
USSSA is the stage where the nation's top sports stars shine for the country to see. On the diamond, the top baseball players are looking to be chosen by the Select 30 and compete as a team at the National Amateur Baseball Championships. In Fast Pitch, USA Elite Select and the World Fast Pitch Championships brings together premier players and teams from across the country to play for the title and continue their dream of one day playing professional softball. While Nationwide Conference USSSA hosts the stars of slow pitch softball. Take your game to the next level. Play the best. Play USSSA.
Cocoa Beach, the authentic beach town.
Let's go.
Branch is going to lead things off here.
Good eye.
Come on, JB.
Wind has died. No wind. Flags are down.
Branch with the line drive in. You know, we talked about it probably hasn't been officially announced, but anyone that can really think things through knows that the major is going to be here at this complex more than likely next year. So this is going to be really the new home. Obviously, it's going to have a lot more amenities with the video board. You're going to have all the fields in the back where you can be playing different levels of softball. And, you know, you think about how many home runs we've seen over the years at Champion Stadium and how different this ballpark is going to be. And it seems like on a game like this one, as we see Andy Purcell send this one out to left field, flags are limp. It's playing really true, but the wind here on the coast compared to being right in the middle of Central Florida can be a much bigger factor.
Right, with Friday, we saw the wind coming in from left center towards the first base dugout, and the scores were, we had a few scores. One was 7-3, and I think we had a 5-3 score. And then the winds, they'll shift. They have 3 sets of flags here. At times, all 3 sets of flags will be pointed different directions. So a little bit of a swirling wind, or definitely affects softball, especially on a baseball field.
Dylan, ground ball in the infield, and that's that great D that you talk about for Thunder.
Adam Mussery at short.
They just make it look easy, don't they?
Yep. Thunder has the most comparable defense to the scene, and it's just their offense is a little less consistent, but if everybody's healthy, they're a good match.
Let's go. Keep playing the game.
Andrew Vidsak, the pitcher, setting the defense there.
Don't worry about it,
Be big for Thunder to get off here in the third after they were blanked to do the same. And, you know, without saying it, this is a big out because you got Harvey waiting on deck. He's almost an automatic home run. He's going to have a chance to hit, but it's not going to be until we come back for the fourth inning. 3 innings in the books. And Thunder, who needs to win just a game, leading 5-4.
Chris Constantino base hit to left to get things started here in the fourth, so now stepping into the box. Building the rocket on our third baseman, number 33, Tyler Driscoll.
At 5-4. And 2 quick outs here. McBride is the batter. It's the end of
2 out.
Deep fly ball for the second out here in the fourth inning. What's up? The pitchers and the defense taking over in this one.
Yeah, Scene's running out of gas here a little bit, leaving the door open, but Thunder has not gone through the door. I mean, putting up zeros last couple innings. Adam Mussery, the batter. Don't want to hit it there.
Third. Briggs, he grabs everything.
It's the wrong place to hit it, Corey Briggs.
Well, it's been a big weekend because not only have the teams obviously been playing to try to win this conference championship, but they're also trying to get to the Men's Major World Series, which is a couple weeks away, and Lindsay is down with the team that has gotten that final qualifying berth to the World Series, Lindsay.
That's right, Bernie and DW. I'm here with Tim Franks, a sponsor for TDB TM Sports, the last team to qualify for the Men's Major. Tim, tell me a little bit about, you know, the sense of urgency you guys had coming into this tournament, knowing there was one spot left.
Well, we knew there was one spot left, and we knew we had to get there, and we just worked hard and did what it took to do it.
Now, this has been a long season of highs and lows. Sorry to cut you off there. What are some of the things that you guys have done to get through maybe those low points this season?
Getting through the low points, just keeping all the guys keeping each other up and working hard and just doing what it takes when you get down to keep everybody up and keep going, keep winning.
And what are some of the things you guys are going to do to prepare moving forward for the Men's Major in a couple weeks?
We're just going to work hard, practice hard, and just get mentally prepared, physically prepared.
Go to the double.
And try to do the best we can. Our goal is to go in and try to win.
Well, we look forward to seeing you guys again. Congratulations on making that last spot.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Back to you guys up in that booth.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. You know, you think about it as we see Harvey lead things off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. You know, for some of these teams, obviously these are two here, Smash at Albuquerque, Smash at Thunder. They've got their eyes set on winning the Men's Major World Series. Obviously, I think that if you talk to Yates on the Thunder side, or, you know, Harvey on the Albuquerque side, anything less than a championship would be disappointing. But, you know, for some of the teams, especially just to get an opportunity to play at the Men's Major, it's really an incredible event in the slow pitch world.
Right, it's the biggest event of the year. TDB's been trying to get there all year, and they're a AA team, so all of the 9 or 10 AA teams that we started out with this year, their goal, one of their goals is to win a few games at the Major World Series and for sure qualify. They have their sights set on the AA World Tournament to win that, but if you don't make the Major as a AA team, you think your season is a failure.
Deep fly ball into center field.
TDB is the old TaylorMade group, and you know, that sponsorship group over the years went to the World Series one year as the 16 seed.
Right.
Lost their first game and came all the way through the losers bracket, made it to the championship against Rismondo.
Yeah, that was an incredible year.
It was.
Here is Dennis Ruley with 2 outs in the 4th inning.
What's interesting about that TaylorMade team that made that run, a big part of it was Jeremy Yates and Kevin Kennington, who are playing here with Thunder. That was their first couple of years in the conference.
Well, I think that we talk about some similar themes every year, but it's really intriguing to get to see how you have obviously the Andy Purcells and the Don DiDonatises and some of those players that have been mainstays, the Philbys, the Helmers in the conference, but you have this influx of youth. You talk about Yates, who came up with this TaylorMade team, and all these young players that have come up and now finally find themselves on some of the major teams making some big plays, and I feel like that overall it's certainly made the defense in the conference a lot better over the years, some of these young stars.
Right, I think when the conference started, it was the bigger home run hitter type players that you saw. Now it's headed for defense more than anything as the game evolves and the bats get better. And
Santana with a 2-out triple ties the game 5-5. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the home run is always going to have a place here in the conference, but as you saw and talked about with Briggs over at third, if you can kind of shore up that infield, where you're just not giving up any 4th and 5th outs, that's probably a big key of having a lot of success at the conference level.
And I think we saw that in the first 2 games today. Rismondo was given extra outs, which cost them the game, and Dan Smith let up 15 unearned runs in those early innings. 15 unearned.
Base hit there for DiDonatis. Smash it on top for the first time since the first. He and Rainier were the defensive MVPs.
Andy Purcell got the overall MVP of the league. Last night at the awards banquet, Kyle Pearson from Rismondo was offensive MVP. DiDonatis, Reyna were the defensive MVPs. Harvey got the home run champion award.
Payne just hit it too well. All the way out to right field. Hagelin hauls it in. But as we head to the 5th, it's still a 1-run game with Thunder coming to the plate down a run.
Each and every day you come out here to the park, you give everything you got.
Behind every good team is a great coach.
Our hands are not in here, hands are out.
Today's coaches mold tomorrow's leaders.
A lot of hard work.
We know the blood, sweat, and tears that go into the job. And that's why this season, coaches fly free when booking their team's travel with us.
That's all right, come on, it's fine.
Save time, save money, fly with the Air Travel Group.
it's the same guy. Tony Almacoco is the same.
First pitch, lifted out to right field.
This game's moving right along, Byrne.
Trying to make sure that we can make lunch.
Or the airport run, in my case.
What time are you flying out today?
4:15. Just enough time to go to the Outback, hopefully, right?
That's good. The one in the airport or across the street?
The one in the airport.
Makes it easy, right?
Yep. Andrew Vidsak.
Bottom of the lineup. We're in the 11th spot.
It's a great opportunity here for Thunder, having to get beat twice and having a shot here at the first game. Nice base hit up the middle.
And that helps out a lot, getting Vidsak back, because really the Yates and Kennington, Hagelin, those first three have been really deadly hitters this weekend for the Thunder.
Yeah, I think Hagelin's hit probably the farthest balls of any left-handers in the tournament. He knocked one off the backside of that roof out there, the batting cages.
Taking sponsorship opportunities, by the way. If you wanted to say softballcenter.com, I can find you the right guy.
Someday. Maybe.
We can even just do a give and take for just the main tournaments, but I would think you want people to go to Softball Center for some of the other sports. For the NPF or fast pitch, you can diversify, right?
Sure.
Base hit for Yates, he turns it into a double.
Yates is one of those guys that kind of runs downhill after he hits it, and he just kind of glides into second with a double on what looked like a base hit. See if Kennington can set up Hagelin here, get the lead. First pitch flat. Flat again. Playing him dead pull here. He's going to swing anyways.
That ball is launched. And that one goes into where the new video board's going to be, which has turned into a little bit of a spa, if you will.
A little bit of rainwater down in that hole where they're going to put the scoreboard. Kevin Kennington, known for the length of his home runs over the years. He's had a bad back this year, just starting to get healthy. He's a big part of their lineup, especially at the stadiums.
Yeah, the video board about 60 feet wide.
Now, how would you compare it to the Disney board?
It actually technically should be wider by, I think, about 5-8 feet.
Nice.
So that should make it a pretty decent size. And then it's going to be a slate for all video on the top, and then similar to what you have at Disney, they're going to have just the line score, basically what you're seeing down the right field line, but a much bigger board. That's the same, going to give you obviously the inning, the runs, the hits, the errors. So a manual board underneath the video board, so that gives you all that real estate to put up your pictures and headshots and all that jazz. And it's actually a complex, a little known fact, with 3 video boards. Right out in right field, you can see the makings of basically the 8, 9, maybe some 10-year-olds are going to play out there on a championship field that has the smallest video board.
The right fielder here may have hurt himself. Andrew Collins. He went to leap to try to rob the home run, and he was too close to the fence, and he jammed himself into the fence. There's going to be a delay here. Here's your replay. Looked like he jumped too late, and he never got off the ground because he hit the fence. I don't know if he sprained an ankle or hurt his back. One of the two. But he's walking it off. Seen a few home run robs this weekend. A fence that looks like, what, about 8 feet?
It's 8 feet tall, yeah.
Tall.
Which is good. That's what, you know, one of the things that I enjoy most about Champion Stadium is that shorter porch that they have out in left field where you see a lot of that.
Right, we'll definitely have that here. The batter's eye in center field, we saw Harvey hit the top of that twice. I don't remember anyone going over it this weekend yet.
I would think that it would be certainly in play, though, the way that we've seen these hitters over the years. Ground ball, Reyna. That was a nice defensive grab there to get Olson. And that will retire the side. Take a look at this. They're D'ing it up.
I call that the side saddle. I don't know why, but Reyna's the best at those. He just makes sure he has it, and then he's kind of sliding his body so that when he stands up, he can throw it.
9-6 our score, headed to the bottom of the 5th inning.
Dudley, quality, consistency, durability.
Back here for the bottom of the 5th inning. Smash It Thunder leading Smash It Albuquerque 9-6. It's a leadoff double. So Briggs, as you talked about, done a great job of rolling the lineups over.
Yeah, Corey Briggs had a weekend here recently. It might have been Columbus or Cincinnati where he was like 22 for 23 hitting or on base. That's a gap for Branch.
Nine to 7. They get the first 2 hits here in the bottom of the 5th. And that'll bring Andy Purcell to the plate.
Andy Purcell's, I think they said earlier, he had 6 home runs on the day. So he's really using the left field line where it's only 325 feet. Kind of hit that one off the handle. Caught and left.
Well, Purcell, DiDonatis, and Santana obviously goes without saying the really probably just a few of the only people that have ever taken BP at this stadium before the weekend, because this is the home of the USSSA Pride, so the turf has been in here all the way since middle of May.
Right, and the dimensions here, 325 down the lines, 365 to the gaps, and 385 to center. So a little bit shorter than the stadiums at Osceola Park, and also a little bit shorter than Disney, but plays fairly similar, especially when the wind blows across from left to right.
Well, it's interesting because obviously we play a lot of youth and high school baseball, and that's kind of as we see Dylan hits this one out to center. It holds up. They kind of designed this park to maybe not be quite as deep as they are obviously at those Major League spring training homes, so you're making it a little more reachable.
Right. So like the high schools, let's say they get a lot of rain in April, would they be able to move their game here? Or
Yeah, I mean, I think that obviously this is going to be a spot where you may see the Brevard County Championship, District Championship, etc. as it moves along. I know that the softball complex that's built specific across the street, same situation there. I know it's been built and they want to use it as much as they possibly can. Ground ball. And nice job there by Vidsak. Grabs it, tags the bag, and hops on into the dugout. His team with a 9-8 advantage. All right, we are back here at Space Coast Complex. Big night last night. Everybody was dolled up and ready for the awards banquet. And Lindsay, she's got a little bit of a recap. Lindsay?
That's right, Bernie. If you guys at home missed it, we did have our nationwide conference USSSA awards banquet last night. A handful of players on each of these teams went home with some hardware, starting with the SIS Thunder. A bunch of these players were named to the all-conference first team for the Conference USSSA. And one notable award from last night, pitcher Andy Purcell for Smash It Sports Abacoco took home his second consecutive MVP award. Now, it is his second consecutive award, but it's also the sixth time he's taken home the MVP. And when Don DiDonatis, CEO and chairman of USSSA, was announcing him, he said Andy is probably not just the best pitcher to ever play the game, but probably one of the greatest players we will ever see play softball.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. And I think that there's almost everybody is kind of in agreement to that you think about what Andy Purcell has done.
Right.
And you look back at the major winners, he's basically been a key cog, I would think, with the 90% during the last 15 years, right?
Yeah, with the number of championships he's won and the just his reputation for dominating a game of slow pitch, which people don't think the pitcher has that much to do with it, but he really is the best pitcher. He has the best knuckleball. He plays defense in the middle, and he's the best hitting pitcher. So everyone else, when their pitcher gets up, they're 150, 200 points of on-base percentage or less than what Andy produces, plus the home runs. He's hit as many as 5 home runs in a championship game at Disney in one game. So he's a premier power hitter on base, and he's also the best pitcher in defense up the middle.
Driscoll with a line drive base hit back up the middle.
Tyler Driscoll again led the conference in doubles percentage of doubles hit for the amount of at-bats he had.
How important is this 6th inning here for Thunder? Obviously, the problem with Abacoco is they are a team that can put up 9 runs at a spot. Doesn't seem like the conditions are conducive to that right now, but you're leading by a run. And look at this.
Good
huge
hustle.
Mistake on the infield, because that, I was thinking right away for Ruley, that should have been 2.
Ruley couldn't find a handle on that one, and Reyna was definitely set to get a double play, which would have been a real killer for Thunder. Thunder need to force Scene to try to catch him here in the 6th, and then in the 7th they need at least 6-7 run lead. We saw Dan Smith had a 6-run lead yesterday when they beat the Scene by 1. Going into the 7th, bottom of the 7th.
DiDonatis is going to get a chance to turn it. He goes and gets the lead runner over at third, and
75-foot bases here.
Developing.
Yeah, it wasn't hit as sharp. Plus, they're actually saying the turf is a little bit slow, and I guess that's because it's new, and the blades, I guess you could call them, are a little bit higher. They haven't been tramped down.
Okay.
So it's a little bit slower turf right now until it ages. Kevin Philby going to pinch hit. And he's only in there for one reason. Try to hit this about 350 down the right field line. Yesterday he hit one pinch hit right to the fence, and they caught it.
He didn't like that call at first. Called strike.
2 on, 2 out. Philby with the pinch hit attempt.
Andy Vitzak's trying to make sure we don't get a good view of it. Step right inside of our home plate camera. We'll give you the side view instead.
Yes.
Philby. Deep.
Oh.
And it leaves the yard.
Wow. Right about the 365 mark, and it went about 366. Collins tried to make a leaping catch and could not come up with it. 3-run homer is going to give Thunder a 12-8 lead.
Here's a look. It was just out of the reach of his glove.
It's a huge play, huge turnaround. A game of a few feet, slow pitch softball.
I'm sure Andy's disappointed giving up the home run, but he's got to be thrilled with the way that his team hustling for him. Collins trying to work for every out, every play.
Now, what did we say they were going to put on the fence? Is it just going to be? Is it going to be a padding?
It's not going to be a padding. It's probably if you watched any of the USSSA Pride games that were here during the year, it's kind of more of a mesh windscreen type material with a design on it, if that makes sense.
It goes over the front of the entire fence.
Right.
So it'll look, what is it, blue?
Yeah, I believe that the design for the Pride was blue, and that's pretty much the design. That's one of the reasons why the backstop, which was actually green, probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, spray painted all blue, so it'll match obviously in sync, and it works perfectly with the red and blue that was here. I guess the good news for USSSA is they get the red, white, and blue, and the Nationals that were just here, they were blue. This actually was the spring training, the very first spring training facility for the then Florida Marlins.
Back shot by Yates, and they were playing him way over into right center or left center. Dylan had to go a long way.
Home.
Yep, inside the park homer for Yates.
Wow. What a difference.
Yates recognized that Dylan was all the way over by the light pole in left center, and he just flicked it down the left field line for an inside the park homer.
14's not the problem. You gotta hit. Fucking big arrow.
Yeah, incredible. Yates just to have the idea. Look at that, is the left fielder, and he's basically even with the foul poles almost in left center field. Look at how far he had to run.
He was to the right of the light pole. He's a football field away from getting that ball. Yates runs well, 75-foot bases used here. Kennington.
Here's a base hit here, and you see this time lined up more in a typical left field fashion, but it's where the game of baseball's really evolved. You see so many more of these, you know, the switches being on, everybody shifting one way or another, the analytics getting there. Probably going to be the evolution of softball. I'm sure they start to map things out.
Especially when they get to the World Series, they start switching guys around. Friday night we saw New Breed. Their pitcher, Justin Mucciarelli, was actually playing infield they listed him as a second baseman, but depending who was up, he would play short or second. They would try to hide him from where the players normally hit.
You see right now, Rainier, you got this big gap here because everybody's over to the right side, knowing that you're going to see Neil Haglund be kind of a dead pull hitter, and they got him right on the spot. But how about the change of an event in an inning? Philby comes in, pinch hit home run, then an inside the park home run, and what was going to be a quiet top of the sixth turns into a 5-run top of the sixth inning. It's a 14-8 advantage for Smash It Thunder, with Alba Coco coming to the plate, but they're down to their final 6 outs.
With Direct Points Daily, your vacation begins at GoMelbourneFlorida.com.
You done all the NASA stuff, Bird? Yeah. My wife and I have done it all. She loves that kind of stuff. They actually said the zoo here is pretty good. It's down the street. Be an animal at that zoo.
Harvey going to lead things off. DW and I talking about little tourism, as you saw.
Things to do on the Space Coast, right?
Yeah, things have been obviously a lot more active down at Cape Canaveral, which is really just probably a quick 20-30 minute journey from where we are here.
See if Smash It Scene can come back from a 6-run deficit, bottom of the 6th inning. Ryan Harvey, the batter.
Here's a line drive base hit. I think Harvey probably playing smart. You're going to see Harvey hit a lot of home runs, but I think he gets that feeling that he could have started off the inning with a solo home run, or maybe sometimes it's better to get a couple of people on board just to try to build that momentum.
Right, we still do have the home run limits. I don't think either team is too about them at this point, but yeah, you're still in that mode of setting up your home run hitters with an extra base hit. Takes the pressure off the next guy, not being worried about grounding into a double play. Collins, who was beat up by the fence that last inning, takes his anger out on the ball right there, base hit.
Harvey thought about scoring, comes back to the bag. Yeah, this obviously will be the place where you're going to see your A and your AA World Series in the future, no longer going to be at Fortune Road. I think that had the complex started a little bit earlier than they would have liked, because obviously the Nationals held things back as long as possible before they were able to start construction. There might have been a chance that you would have seen an A or a AA World Series here this year, but it's still at Fortune Road. But there's a lot to be done when you come here to the Space Coast. And if you want to go visit the Mouse House and all the things in Orlando, it's as you saw in your travel over here, just a quick 40-minute journey, so not too bad.
Right, it was 40 minutes from the time I left the rental car place till I pulled in here.
Nice.
Adam Ussery with a diving stop and a forced play at second.
They almost turned too.
Adam was in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year. He took a while. He started out at second base, played a little middle, and then they finally settled on him as the shortstop for Thunder. Oh, look at this dive. A little bit of a Luis Reyna roll and throw out there. Big out.
So runner on first, one away. And here is Santana. mean, the positive about turf is turf, and there is no clay even where they are in the typical infield position, so you're going to get about as true of a hop as you can ask.
Yeah, it's a very soft turf. That's well hit. No.
The park's going to hold it.
We have not seen a lot of homers from light pole in left center to the light pole in right center. That's definitely where the ball dies. We've seen a few, you know, Harvey's gone off the batter's eye out there and a few other guys here and there, but you definitely want to pull it down the lines.
What did you think about the backfields and the LED lighting and how things lit up at night?
Right, that's the most impressive thing players will see when they come to the Vieira Space Coast Stadium. And well, the stadium doesn't have the new lighting. It's the backfields. The backfields have these lights that don't emit like a halo glow about them. They're very, you almost don't notice they're on unless you're standing right under them.
Diodanatis drives home the second run here in the sixth with an RBI double.
A question I wanted to ask you was let's say the A and the double A are played here next year.
Yep.
Will they put up the temporary fence here at 325?
Well, this
and use the
here
stadium
can have faces. The fence can roll in and roll out at any distance. Obviously, we played the Pride at 225 all the way around. They could pull it in even further if they need to. Like, this stadium has been designed with the temporary fence where it can go anywhere.
So you see them using this as the show field for like a double A world?
As long as the weekend's off, I mean, this is the place to be, you know. It's a lot easier for us from a production standpoint, as we see Payne hit this one into center field, to give you the multi-camera. Not that every field in the back is going to be wired with cameras, just as you saw this weekend. You talked about as the weekend progressed, there wasn't a whole lot of fiber connectivity to the backfields. That part is still under construction, so we had some obviously snags at times, but every field is wired. But from a standpoint of giving you multi-cameras, you got fences in the way on the backfield, so it's a lot easier for us to track the ball here than it is on the backfields.
Right. I mean, it's 325 to the pole, so I would think you would just run your temporary right from pole to pole at the 325
I wouldn't
distance.
think it'd be too big of a difference.
Yeah, and I believe that temporary fence is a little bit better than, say, what they used at Disney with the, remember the old
No, the
white
temporary fence is about as
it's more legit of a fence.
If you saw the Pride games, again, I know not everybody's watching the NPF during the summer, but it is exactly the fence that they will use here. And essentially it's about as solid as this fence is here. Rolls in, you basically put it down, and if you run into it, you're going to probably get the same effect that Collins had running into right field. It's not like you're going to run through the fence and make a play.
Oh, we go to the seventh inning, Burn, and Thunder's got that 4-run lead.
You feel like if you got 3 more here, you'd be feeling pretty good about where you are?
I think you got to be at 6 or 7 for sure. But, you know, the scene has played a lot of softball today. Could be wearing down just a little bit. Still absolutely no wind. The flags are straight down.
It's 4, 5, and 6 for Thunder. Josh Riley leading things off.
Riley started the season with Worth Astros, was having a great year, and Thunder picked him up. Ooh, hot shot at DiDonatis, and there's a little bit of the turf bounce that players will start, you know, they'll have to get used to a little bit. But that was a shot right there, and he still almost fielded it.
Yeah, you can see DiDonatis super frustrated, but I mean, gotta like the effort. And I think some of it too for these players is there's going to be a little bit of a certain adjustment. You're going to big league dreams and you're getting, you know, some infields that are turf.
Columbus, Ohio.
But you're not playing on a lot of turf fields where you're getting a good grasp of how the ball's bouncing.
Once in a while you'll see a ball hit in the outfield that has a little bit of a loop on it, and the outfielders have come to know that that thing's going to jump pretty good when it hits. But overall, it's just getting used to it a little bit. Chris Costantino, as I was trying to say earlier, he actually pitched in the Little League World Series. The guy hitting here. Runner on second.
Good pitch.
You still definitely would like to put up a couple if you're Smashing Thunder. I don't think you want to be blanked here in the 7th inning.
Swung on a flat pitch, fouled it off. Tyler Driscoll on deck. He was actually, Tyler was there. Barcello, pinch running at second for Costantino.
They weren't supposed to play as many games as Smash It Sports Albuquerque is having to play here. But yesterday there was just a torrential downpour and almost happened at the opportune time because typically you're playing Saturday night. But instead, we were watching it rain while we were at the banquet, and they were able to get almost every game in that they needed.
And Driscoll, who is a great extra base hitter, just missed the line down there. I mean,
Keep it low.
Driscoll get another shot here. Oh, he reached for a bad pitch. It's going to fly out. It's going to score a run.
Fly ball to center field. That one is going to be deep enough for Ryder to score, so the Driscoll Martinez sacrifice fly. Now 2 outs, 15 and 10. The run 75 feet away. Into the box to the middle infielder, Ryan.
15-10. You mentioned the number 6.
6 was a nice number. That's what they're about to get here. If they can get another base hit. A little bit of stall tactic here by manager John Rector. Coming out to talk it over.
Seems like Rector's kind of enjoyed this season. Asked him before whether it was how it was for him going up against obviously his old sponsor in Rosmondo. I would think that the first couple of times that happened, it had to be intriguing.
Yeah, you thought there was going to be this huge rivalry all year, but it's kind of been one-sided. I think Rosmondo beat Smash It Scene at the Hall of Fame Classic one time, and they really haven't beaten them all year since then. I don't have the exact stats in front of me, but Scene has dominated. They came into this tournament with a 27-game win streak. They did lose to Dan Smith on Saturday, but they're trying to make up for it here. But they're in the hole by 5. McBride, the batter, runner on third, 2 out.
But I think they'll tell you that if they can't get it done at the men's major, that all of it was for naught.
Right.
There's Briggs sending us to the bottom of the 7th inning. Smash It. They need 5 to tie and 6 to force the if necessary game. It's been obviously a fabulous year both on the fields.
Brixie, get on the bag, boy.
And as well for the umpires. And for more on that, let's head it down to the field once again to Lindsay. Lindsay?
Bernie, that's right. The umpires are the third team on the diamond when you play these games. I spoke to our banquet award-winning umpire last night, umpire of the year, Bill Gates. He's been involved with the game for 28 years. And within those 28 years, obviously the game has changed and evolved. He said one of the biggest changes he's seen that impacts the game is the equipment. He said the change of equipment has impacted the game, but also he mentioned the physicality that these players have now. He mentioned his favorite player to watch playing is Ryan Harvey. He said he is a great specimen, not just of a baseball player, but what the game has turned into.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. Yeah, obviously the umpires getting the awards as well. DW has gone down to the field so we can get potentially some final championship shots. But first, Briggs in the bottom of the lineup for Smash at Albuquerque. A team that needs 6. Briggs, deep, but not deep enough, one away. And we're back to the top of the lineup in Jason Branch.
Put a quarter in the machine and let's go. Come on, Branch.
Come on, Jason, believe, let's go.
Put a quarter in and let's go. Come on, baby. Come on, boys. We're still winning the game. We're still winning this game. Go.
Ground ball, Branch over to first and 2 away. And now the Thunder 1 out away from winning the conference championship this year.
Find a way, let's go. Pass it down. Trust the guy behind you, Drew.
Andy Purcell, he knows where to hit it.
Come on, Joey. Watch the one, Dylan. Do what you do. Come on, boy. Believe it. Believe it. Find a way. Let's go. Come on, Dylan. See the tying run. Look it up one time for me, Dylan. Let's go. Come on, Dylan. Come on.
And that will do it as Dylan flies out to left. Jeremy Yates wins it. And SIS Thunder, they're the conference champions. 15-11 the final here. And so they are the champions here, taking down the number 1 seed. Smash It Sports Albuquerque. These two teams obviously will get set for the Men's Major World Series in just a couple of weeks. Obviously between that, AA World Series. You think back to that 6th inning, the home run by Philby, a huge deal. So they are smiling, gathering for that photo opportunity. Andy Vitsak,
Thank you.
a big reason why Smash It Thunder walking away with the conference championship.
At you?
At me.
And Andy Vitzak is down on the field with Lindsay.
That's right, Andy. Great game today. Congratulations. How do you describe the way your team has played this whole tournament?
Basically, it was a total team effort because pretty much every single guy gets in every game. We played really good defense. Hitting, we probably could have done a little more, but all that matters is getting the W, and we did that. So very proud of everyone that we play with.
Now, as a pitcher, how important is it to you to have that strong defense behind you?
You don't strike people out in softball, so all I can do is try to get them to hit it so they miss it, and it's their job to field it. They make me look good. It's not the other way around. So, yep.
Moving forward, looking forward to the major, how does this tournament win get you guys, prepared for what's to come next?
We basically just had to run through the same kind of like Thursday, Friday, Saturday that we'd have to do at the major. So we kind of did that. We saw what it'd be like to play them on the big field. Pretty much sets up the same. So it's really now we just got to go repeat what we were doing 2 weeks later.
All right, thank you, Andy. Congratulations. Go get those team pictures.
Thank you. Will do.
Bernie.
There they are.
Thank you.
Smash It Thunder taking home the big trophy as conference champions. This year, a spectacular win indeed. Huddling around. And it sets up to be another spectacular Men's Major World Series coming your way in a couple of weeks from ESPN's Wild World of Sports. Albuquerque Thunder, Resmondo, all those teams will be in the running. And of course, we will have it for you on USSSA Live. DW, our entire USSSA Live crew. Bernie Gunther saying so long from Space Coast Stadium. Looking forward to the next couple of weeks of softball that we'll have for you.